Welcome to World Facts Channel, another day, another story. Security, terrorism, and national defense, a comprehensive approach to combating terrorism. Terrorism is a global threat that poses significant challenges to security and national defense. It is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that requires a comprehensive approach to effectively combat and prevent its spread. In this article, we will delve into the key aspects of security, terrorism, and national defense, including their definitions, challenges, root causes, counter-terrorism measures, and the importance of international cooperation in the fight against terrorism. Definition of security: security refers to the state of being protected from threats, dangers, and harm. It encompasses various dimensions, including national security, public security, economic security, social security, and individual security. National security involves protecting a country's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and its citizens from external and internal threats. Public security focuses on safeguarding public order, safety, and stability within a society. Economic security concerns the stability and resilience of a country's economy. Social security involves ensuring the well-being and welfare of individuals and communities. Individual security pertains to the protection of human rights, civil liberties, and personal safety. Definition of terrorism: terrorism is the use of violence, coercion, and intimidation for political, ideological, or religious purposes, aimed at instilling fear, causing harm, and undermining the security and stability of societies. It is a premeditated and systematic act that targets civilians, non-combatants, and infrastructure to achieve its objectives. Terrorism takes various forms, including bombings, shootings, kidnappings, hijackings, cyber attacks, and other violent acts. It is perpetrated by individuals, groups, or state-sponsored entities, and it can occur domestically or internationally. Challenges of terrorism: terrorism poses significant challenges to security and national defense. Some of the key challenges include transnational nature: terrorism transcends national borders, making it a global threat that requires international cooperation and coordination to effectively combat. Changing tactics and technologies: terrorist groups constantly adapt their tactics and techniques, making it challenging for security forces to anticipate and prevent attacks. Moreover, terrorists may exploit advanced technologies, such as social media, encryption, and cyber tools, to communicate, plan, and carry out their operations. Ideological motivation: terrorism often stems from deep-seated ideological, political, or religious beliefs that are difficult to counter. Radicalization, recruitment, and indoctrination of individuals into terrorist ideologies pose significant challenges in preventing and countering terrorism. Human rights and legal considerations: counter-terrorism measures must be conducted within the framework of the rule of law, human rights, and international humanitarian law. Balancing the need for security with the protection of fundamental rights and freedoms can be complex and challenging. Financing and support: terrorist groups require funding and logistical support to sustain their operations. Cutting off their financing and support networks can be challenging due to their clandestine nature and global reach. Root causes of terrorism: to effectively combat terrorism, it is crucial to address its root causes. While the specific causes of terrorism can vary, some common factors that contribute to its emergence include political grievances: political exclusion, marginalization, discrimination, and injustice can create grievances that can fuel radical ideologies and drive individuals or groups towards terrorism. Socioeconomic factors: poverty, unemployment, lack of education, and social inequality can create conditions that make individuals vulnerable to radical ideologies and recruitment by terrorist groups. Ideological and religious extremism: extremist ideologies, religious fundamentalism, and sectarian tensions can contribute to the radicalization and recruitment of individuals into terrorist groups. Historical and geopolitical factors: historical conflicts, territorial disputes, geopolitical tensions, and state-sponsored violence can create an environment that breeds resentment, grievances, and violence, leading to the emergence of terrorist groups. 1. Weak governance and instability. Weak governance, corruption, lawlessness, and instability in certain regions or countries can create a power vacuum that terrorist groups exploit to establish their presence and carry out their activities. Counterterrorism measures. To effectively combat terrorism, a comprehensive and multi-pronged approach is required. Some of the key counterterrorism measures include intelligence and information sharing. Gathering and analyzing intelligence on terrorist activities, networks, and threats is critical in preventing and disrupting terrorist attacks. Enhanced information sharing and coordination among national and international intelligence agencies are essential. Law enforcement and border security. Strengthening law enforcement capabilities, including surveillance, investigation, and prosecution of terrorists and their supporters, is crucial. Securing borders and preventing the movement of terrorists, weapons, and funds across borders is also vital. Military and security operations. Military and security forces may be deployed to combat terrorists and disrupt their activities, particularly in areas where they have established safe havens. However, such operations must be conducted within the framework of international law, including respect for human rights and the protection of civilians. Prevention and rehabilitation. Preventing radicalization and recruitment into terrorist ideologies through community engagement, education, and social programs is important. Rehabilitating and reintegrating individuals who have been radicalized or involved in terrorism activities through appropriate psychological, social, and legal support is also crucial. Countering terrorist financing. Disrupting the financing and support networks of terrorist groups through robust measures to track, freeze, and seize their assets, as well as cooperation with international partners, is essential. Cybersecurity. Strengthening cybersecurity to prevent terrorist groups from using cyberspace for communication, recruitment, financing, and attacks is critical. This includes measures such as monitoring and disrupting terrorist online activities, securing critical infrastructure, and promoting cybersecurity awareness. Importance of international cooperation. Given the transnational nature of terrorism, international cooperation is essential in effectively combating terrorism. Countries need to work together through intelligence sharing, law enforcement coordination, border security measures, and joint military and security operations. Multilateral organizations, such as the United Nations, regional organizations, and bilateral agreements, play a crucial role in fostering international cooperation in the fight against terrorism. In addition, addressing the root causes of terrorism, such as political grievances, socio-economic factors, ideological extremism, and weak governance, requires international efforts in promoting peace, development, and good governance globally. Engaging in dialogue, diplomacy, and conflict resolution to resolve disputes, reduce tensions, and address grievances can help prevent the emergence of terrorist groups. Conclusion: security, terrorism, and national defense are complex and interconnected issues that require a comprehensive approach to effectively combat and prevent terrorism. This includes intelligence and information sharing, law enforcement and border security, military and security operations, prevention and rehabilitation, countering terrorist financing, cybersecurity, and international cooperation. Addressing the root causes of terrorism, promoting peace, development, and good governance, and protecting human rights and the rule of law are also crucial in the fight against terrorism. By adopting a multifaceted approach and working together at national, regional, and international levels, we can effectively combat terrorism and ensure the security and well-being of our societies.